Hey guys, JLB Zombie here and welcome back to another video, and welcome to the final segment of my classic Universal monster movie reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at Creature from the Black Lagoon. This movie is often considered as the last essential classic Universal monster movie, so let's delve into it. The 1950s was definitely the year for creature features. After World War II, creature films featured monsters that were atomically created from nuclear experiments or scientific experiments gone wrong. And at that time, moviegoers saw films such as The Thing from Another World, It Came from Out of Space, Them, Tarantula, The Giant Claw, The Fly, Night of the Demon, and that's only to name a few. This was the golden age of science fiction films, and usually these movies coined the term B-movies, with their low production values and usually dull-looking monsters. But there was one film that came out in that decade that stands out from the rest, and the monster in that movie wasn't at all dull. In fact, it went on to become one of Universal's last essential monsters. Directed by Jack Arnold, this is Creature from the Black Lagoon. The synopsis of the film is fairly basic. An unusual prehistoric creature lurks in the depths of the Amazonian jungle. A group of scientists attempt to capture the beast and bring it back to civilization to study. The idea for the film somewhat spawned in 1941 when producer William Allen attended a dinner party during the filming of Citizen Kane, in which he appeared in. He was approached by a Mexican cinematographer by the name of Gabriel Figueroa. What a name! He told him about a myth of a race of half-man, half-fish creatures that lived in the Amazon River. And 10 years later, William Allen wrote story notes titled The Sea Monster, using Beauty and the Beast as its inspiration. Now, my first introduction to Creature from the Black Lagoon was when I watched another classic Universal monster movie on VHS. And that monster movie happened to be The Wolfman, which I've also done a review of. Shameless plug. Before The Wolfman showed, some promos would appear, and one of those promos was Creature from the Black Lagoon. The others would include Dracula, Frankenstein, you name it, they were all there. When I saw the promo for Creature from the Black Lagoon, I strictly remember I was like, what is this movie? It looks amazing. Now, unfortunately, unlike Universal's previous essential monster movie, Phantom of the Opera, Creature from the Black Lagoon was not filmed in colour, and I can only imagine what the film would look like if it was. But the benefit of that is the Blu-Ray transfer. The Blu-Ray transfer looks absolutely beautiful. It's stunning, even without the colour. But there's a bonus. If you watch the movie on Blu-ray, not only do you see the movie transferred gloriously, it looks spectacular, but you also have the option to view the movie as it was originally intended. In 3D. Jesus, that looks weird with my other glasses. Oh wow, I've got to take those off. I won't do that again. Now, I can't review this movie, of course, without mentioning the monster itself, the Gill-Man, or the creature as it's sometimes commonly known. Now, this was the only Universal monster movie to have a complete original monster. Usually the other monsters were taken from literature or history. For example, Dracula, Frankenstein, the Phantom were all taken from literature, the Wolfman being taken from history. The creature was a totally original monster. The Gill-Man was created by Millicent Patrick, who at the time was left downplayed and received no work for her creature contribution on the film. So instead, a makeup artist by the name of Bud Westmore stepped in and was given the majority of the credit. The creature was brought to life by two different actors. When the creature was on land, it was portrayed by an actor named Ben Chapman. But when underwater, the creature was portrayed by an underwater cinematographer, a stuntman, and actor by the name of Rico Browning. Rico Browning is important to the Creature franchise, as he's the only actor to have played the creature more than once. He played the Gill-Man during all of the underwater scenes in the later sequels. Not only that, he's the last surviving actor to portray any of the Universal classic monsters. Now, personally, where I think the movie really shines are the underwater sequences. They look so spectacular. Specifically, the scene where Kay is swimming in the water and the camera is underneath the water, and you can see the creature as he's sort of observing Kay. Now, of course, when watching the movie, I get specifically with this scene, I get instant Jaws vibes, with the camera underwater, focusing on Kay and the creature. I think it's somewhat obvious that maybe Steven Spielberg took inspiration from Creature from the Black Lagoon. Both films kind of play on people's fear of the unknown. What exactly is lurking at the darkest depths of the ocean, and are we willing to explore? Now, all of the classic Universal monster movies have their fair share of stunning actresses, a love interest for the monster, and with the Creature from the Black Lagoon, the creature's love interest is a character named Kay Lawrence, played by Julie Adams. She's absolutely beautiful in this movie. And of course, as always, the monster has his way by picking up Kay in his arms, much like the other Universal monsters usually tend to do. I think it was a trope that 50s monster movies in particular would carry their love interests or the female leads in their arms. It was almost like a running gag, if you will. Upon release, the film received mainly positive reviews and spawned 2 sequels, Revenge of the Creature and The Creature Walks Among Us. And most unusually, in 2009, a musical of Creature from the Black Lagoon opened at Universal Studios Hollywood, 55 years after the original film premiered. Julie Adams attended the premiere, but the show didn't last long. After an incident with a fire that occurred during another show, the theatre had to be closed down and was scheduled to reopen again in 2010. But due to poor audience reception and lack of interest, the show was left dead in the water. I'll see myself out. In 2017, Guillermo del Toro directed The Shape of Water, which was partly inspired by his childhood memories from watching Creature from the Black Lagoon. When putting the 2 creatures side by side, you can definitely see the inspiration aspect. So guys, that finally concludes my review of the essential Universal monster movies. I really hope you guys enjoyed this series of reviews, and all that's left to say is, hope you enjoyed my review of Creature from the Black Lagoon, and as always, take care.